The CBCA would like to acknowledge that we live, work, write and create on the lands of First Nations people, the first storytellers. We pay our respects to the custodians of this country, those First Nations elders past and present, and we recognise their deep and unbroken connection with the lands and waterways of this country. Inside two covers lie marvels reaching far into space. Reading is magic, snapping that wonder into one simple place. Welcome to the 78th Children's Book Council Australia's Book of the Year Award Shortlist announcement. Celebrating books published in Australia throughout 2023, we'd like to congratulate all creators and storytellers helping to grow a strong and enriching storytelling culture for our young readers. We thank the Children's Book Council of Australia Award Foundation for helping fund the Book of the Year award prizes, which in turn encourage our creatives to continue pursuing their craft. The awards would not be possible without the tireless diligence of our judges, whose task of awarding these prestigious accolades are made harder each year by the continuing quality of Australian books for young people. You can read critiques from our judges for each of our shortlisted titles from our website.
Book of the Year, Older Readers. A Hunger of Thorns, written by Lily Wilkinson, published by Allen and Unwin. Grace Notes, written by Karen Comer, published by Hachette Australia. Ink Flower, written by Susie Zale, published by Walker Books Australia. Let's Never Speak of This Again, written by Megan Williams, published by Text Publishing. The Quiet in the Land, written by Helena Fox, published by Pan Macmillan Australia. Two Can Play That Game, written by Leanne Yong, published by Allen and Unwin.
Book of the Year, Younger Readers. Being Jimmy Baxter, written by Fiona Lloyd, published by Penguin Random House Australia. Hoodoo Is Here, written by H. Hayek, published by Allen and Unwin. Real Pigeons Flap Out, written by Andrew MacDonald, illustrated by Ben Wood, published by Heidi Grant Children's Publishing. Scar Town, written by Tristan Banks, published by Penguin Random House Australia. Scout and the Rescue Dogs, written by Diane Wolfer, illustrated by Tony Flowers, published by Walker Books Australia.
The Sideways Orbit of Evie Hart, written by Samira Kamaluddin, published by HarperCollins Publishers. Book of the Year Early Childhood. Bear and Duck Are Friends, written by Sue DeGennaro, illustrated by Sue DeGennaro, published by Heidi Grant Children's Publishing. Can You Teach a Fish to Climb a Tree? Written by Jane Godwin, illustrated by Terry Denton, published by Heidi Grant Children's Publishing. Grace and Mr. Milligan, written by Kaz Goodwin, illustrated by Pip Kruger, published by Marshall Cavendish International. Gymnastica Fantastica, written by Bryony Stewart, illustrated by Bryony Stewart, published by Hachette Australia. One Little Duck, written by Katrina Germain, illustrated by Danny Snell, published by HarperCollins Publishers. The Concrete Garden, written by Bob Graham, illustrated by Bob Graham, published by Walker Books Australia. Picture Book of the Year. Bowerbird Blues, illustrated by Aura Parker, written by Aura Parker, published by Scholastic Australia. Every Night at Midnight, illustrated by Peter Chong, written by Peter Chong, published by Affirm Press. If I Was a Horse, illustrated by Sophie Blackall, written by Sophie Blackall, published by Hachette Australia. Paper Flower Girl, illustrated by Matteo Jaeger, written by Margrethe Lamond, published by Westwords. That Bird Has Arms, illustrated by Gronajoy Kosh and Niharika Hoku, written by Kate Temple and Joel Temple, published by Heidi Grant Children's Publishing. Timeless, illustrated by Kelly Canby, written by Kelly Canby, Published by Fremantle Press.
Book of the Year, Eve Pownall. Australia, Country of Colour, written by Jess Ratcliffe, illustrated by Jess Ratcliffe, published by Affirm Press. Country Town, written by Isolde Martin and Robin Ridgway, illustrated by Louise Hogan, published by Ford Street Publishing. Ew, gross. Foul Facts and Putrid Pictures, written by Dan Marshall, illustrated by Dan Marshall, published by Pantera Press. Our Country, Where History Happened, written by Mark Greenwood, illustrated by Frenae Lissac, published by Walker Books Australia. Tomorrow, written by Violet Waddrell,
Topsy Dodnagunjal,
Leah Lehman, Cecilia Edwards,
Cassandra Algie,
Felicity Meekins, Bryony Barr,
and Gregory Crocetti. Published by Hardy Grant Explore.
This Book Thinks You're Deadly, written by Corey Tutt, illustrated by Molly Hunt,
Published by Hardy Grant Explore. Award for New Illustrator. Etta and the Shadow Taboo, illustrated by Jeremy Wall. Published by Hardy Grant Children's Publishing. Grace and Mr. Milligan, illustrated by Pip Kruger. Published by Marshall Cavendish International. Hope is a Thing, illustrated by Erica Wagner. Published by ANU Books for Children and Young Adults. Phonobet, illustrated by Kim Jane. Published by NLA Publishing. Grazed by Moths, illustrated by Michelle Conn. Published by Midnight Sun Publishing. When You're a Boy, illustrated by Blake Nuto, published by Affirm Press.
Congratulations!
Now, the work really begins, with the release of our Book of the Year Award shortlist. It's time for our young voices to wade in on the discussion and tell us which of the shortlisted books they feel best meets the judging criteria. Registrations are now open, and the 2024 Sun Project Shadow Judging Reading Program has now officially launched. Sign up a group of young readers, pick a Book of the Year award category, read all the books, discuss how they meet the criteria, create magic responses, share them with shadow judges around Australia, and then vote for your Sun Project Shadow Judging Book of the Year winner. Who will our young voices choose? Help support the Children's Book Council of Australia and add a touch of magic to your Children's Book Week events and celebrations at the same time. Visit our online store and purchase your 2024 merchandise, all stunningly brought to life by award-winning illustrator Jess Ratcliffe. Help spread the magic of reading this year during Children's Book Week, Saturday 17th of August through Friday 23rd. Special thanks to our young narrators, Ivy, Billy, Torrin and Bea for their readings.